Hey guys, how's it going? Phil Tucker here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Judd Apatow film, The King of Staten Island. But before I do that, I'm changing up my reviewing system, so I'm going to be doing 5-star rating system. And how this is going to work is, I'm going to be critiquing story, characters, cinematography, directing, acting. If the movie nails all 5 of these things, it gets 5 stars. But depending on the category, if it does well in that category, it gets a star. If it is okay, it gets half a star. And if it doesn't do well at all, it gets no stars. So let's go ahead and get into The King of Staten Island. I was very hyped for this film when I first heard about it. I'm a big Judd Apatow fan. I love his work. My previous favorite movie of his that he did was Funny People with Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen. That would have been a 4 out of 5-star movie, but I think The King of Staten Island just replaced it. So let's go ahead and get into the story. So the story of this movie is the son of Scott, a firefighter named Scott. His son grew up without him. Basically, he died on the job. He died when Pete Davidson's character, Tyler, he died when he was a very young age. And Tyler basically holds sort of a small resentment towards that because he didn't know his father very well. His mother barely tells him stories about his father, and he holds resentment towards his father's death and firefighters. His mother decides to get back into the dating scene and winds up meeting Bill Burr's character, Ray, after Tyler decides to tattoo his 9-year-old son. So after that, Bill Burr only wants what's best for Tyler. You know, he wants him to get his act together because Tyler's 20, he's in his 20s, stuck at home, smoking weed. Not really want to do anything with his life, but the one thing he does want to do is do tattoos. He's not good at tattooing, but he does try, and he wants to open a tattoo restaurant. That's all I'm going to say about the story, because I don't want to really spoil anything more, but I will say the story gets a star. This movie has a phenomenal story. It's very emotional, very heartfelt. You really do believe his character progression throughout the film, but I will get to that in the characters. But the story is very well paced, very well written. It's just a phenomenal story. I love the story of King of Staten Island. It gets a point. So then we get into directing. This one gets a star mainly because I'm a big Judd Apatow fan. If you're not a fan of Judd Apatow's work, I don't see you liking this movie. And that's, I mean, you could try it. I would recommend that you should watch this. You should watch this movie to give it a shot, but this is definitely a Judd Apatow film. It's a raunchy comedy with a lot of heartfelt emotion to it. It's in the same vein as the movie The Funny People. If you've never seen that, it's with Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen. This movie has the Judd Apatow feel, which is something that I didn't want to be removed. I loved the way Judd Apatow writes and directs, so that gets a star for me, already 2 out of 5 stars. It has great direction from Judd Apatow. Next is the acting. Everyone in this movie to me did a fantastic fucking job. Pete Davidson, who played Tyler, who was also a co-screenwriter for the movie, did such a great job. Such a great job. Same thing with Bill Burr. No, Steve Buscemi. Hell, even Machine Gun Kelly somehow did an amazing performance in The King of Staten Island. I was very happy and impressed with the acting from everyone in this movie. Everyone brought their A game. But to me, the standout is Pete Davidson and Bill Burr. These two did such a phenomenal job with their roles. It just blows my mind. So acting, of course, gets a star. Now we move on to cinematography. To me, cinematography is very important to a movie. If done right, the cinematography itself could be its own character in the movie. And to me, the cinematography of this movie is very, very good. I'm very impressed. The cinematography is very still. It looks natural. It doesn't shake. It just looks very natural. It doesn't look out of place. There's not a lot of bad camera angles in this movie. I think all of them are very, again, Judd Apatow. Like, this looks like a Judd Apatow film. So if you know what his movies normally look like, you know what you're getting into with King of Staten Island. I'm a big fan of the way he makes his films look, especially with the cinematography department. So that gets another star. So we are 4 stars in. Well, 3 stars in. Now we get into writing. This was written by Judd Apatow and Pete Davidson, and to me, this movie is really well written. The characters feel natural. They feel realistic. They don't feel over the top or cartoonish. They really wrote they really wrote this movie with a lot of care. The characters just feel very grounded. When there has to be an emotional scene, they do a really good job showing that emotional scene. There's a lot of good character interaction when it comes to the dialogue, and to me, the dialogue is very well done. It doesn't go too raunchy. I think this is honestly probably Judd Apatow's least raunchy movie. Like, it doesn't feel as raunchy as Funny People or Knocked Up. This feels like the less raunchy out of his other movies, but nevertheless, the characters in the movie feel great because of the writing. The writing's phenomenal. It gets a star from me. The writing was absolutely fantastic. Last but not least, we get the characters, and the character arcs in this movie are really well done, especially the character Tyler. Again, Pete Davidson is one of the major standouts in this movie. He did such a phenomenal job playing the character of Tyler, and I'm honestly surprised this guy co-wrote the script with Judd Apatow, because he did a great job. But the characters in this movie feel very natural. Their progression to who they become is very natural as well. I love the character Steve Buscemi. I love Bill Burr's character Ray. I love Tyler. I loved every single character in this film. They all felt natural and realistic, and that is a really good thing coming with this type of movie. It has to feel that way, and I think they knocked it right out the park. So, that gets a star. So, in total, King of Staten Island from me has gotten a full 5 out of 5. So, is it a movie I would recommend you rent? Hell yes. The King of Staten Island is one of those movies that I think is easily going to be probably my top 10 movies of the year. Easy. Like, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm probably going to rewatch this. Had so much fun with this movie. You just got to applaud Judd Apatow. He did such a fantastic job, and I really did connect with the story a lot because, I know some of the things that the character Tyler is going through, and I could really relate, and, I really do love this movie so much. I would highly recommend you guys check out The King of Staten Island. It's such a good movie. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that film review. I enjoy doing film reviews, and, yeah, I expect another film review soon.